So yeah, DT Raw has been putting a lot of work. Obviously, this guy looks pretty cool. He's got a beard and everything. He plays Fox, and so if you're a Fox man, this is definitely the place to be in Brevard. But he did lose to Cosmo. Asked if he wanted to be on stream to get some information for later, and he said yes, which is good. So let's see what he does here. I did notice that I feel the scramble is a word I've been using a lot because it's a word I've been hearing a lot in FGC stuff, and I've been actually thinking about Smash from more of an FGC standpoint. And I would say the scramble is DT Raw's biggest issue. He'll be over aggressive and then he'll be overly defensive and won't really know what to do. At least that's what I've noticed when I've seen him play. So like in situations like that, I don't know if I can slow rewind this. Well, that's annoying. All right, let's not worry about that. Okay, let's rewind a little bit because I want to say what goes on here. So definitely some interesting thing that went on here. Besides, all right, let's watch this again because there's a really quick stop. When I watched the stream, it was slow to update them. Yes, that was my fault toward the end, Mia. I was playing other games and unfortunately we just didn't have enough TOs around at the time. It was just Buttswag and I kind of running it and also entering events. So I will try to get that. I'll try to be more consistent on that coming up. So right there, okay, going to that platform. That's not bad, but right there, he lands in front of him, and it's in a spot where like there's no real reason for Bowser to not be aggressive there. And it's not spaced in a way that he's safe there, but he's also not landing with anything on Bowser's shield. So there's no oppression. If there's no oppression, there's no reason for your opponent to respect you. In fighting games, it's all about your opponent respecting you. If you're not going to give them a reason to respect you, they're not going to. They're going to play their game. The whole idea is make them play your game. What's up, Buttswag? What's whack? I like your name in there. All right, so right here, look at this. Kazuma wins neutral. That's actually super interesting right here. Really well spaced, but also a little bit of a problem with DT Raw. At low percents like this, it's not really a high advantage for you to come in with the Nair. Maybe at higher percents, it will go into a kill combo. But even here, like that's not really going to open up your opponent. You want to come in with like a cross-up down air, something like that. But because it's the Nair, it kind of like leaves him open. He barely misses it, and then Cosmo just instantly pivot grabs right here. And that's Bowser's pivot grab. It's crazy. So that's big percent. The fact that he jumped out of actually, I think, made the combo way more. So in this situation, you don't want to jump out of that percent. I don't think, because you're gonna be taking the up tilt. If you jump out, you're gonna take the Nair, which is 42%. Obviously, you can see at this point, or it's like 30-something%. But the up tilt won't do as much, and it doesn't true combo into anything else. You just have to land. So you want to jump after you take the up tilt. So, and then right here, he has a situation in which he needs to land, and he's just not pressing enough buttons. So that's the big thing is, in the scramble situation, you have to think about the things that you can do to get back to neutral. If you don't do anything, you haven't given your opponent a reason to respect that. Now, obviously, you don't want to land with an aerial here, but because you use your double jump, you don't have a double jump, and I think Kazuma recognizes that, so he goes for the back air. But you do have an air dodge, and you do have a side B. I don't think side B would have come out in time, but the air dodge and the DI would be the most optimal thing here, but instead, we're taking that back air, 61%. Instant side B to the ledge, which is a panic side B, panic recovery. You have time. As a Fox main, you want to be very, very careful with this. You're in a disadvantaged state, and your opponent has momentum. Now, what are you going to do with that? If you side B right there, you're putting yourself in a bad situation, which he tried to punish here with back air. Unfortunately, Kazuma couldn't get there in time. The Firefox is a pretty good hitbox, but you still put yourself in a bad situation by instantly side being there. You could have used your shine as a little bit of a stall. But so luckily DT Raw does get back here, and he does have advantage right here, but not fast enough because it's still early enough percent that there's not a lot of knockback, hit stun from Kazuma. So Kazuma just jumps back on the stage, and DT Raw, because he jumps from the ledge, puts himself in too high of a situation. And because he used the back air, which he was committing to kind of thinking that his opponent was going to jump from the ledge or jump back on, it's still not a good enough risk to put yourself, start being oppressive in that situation. You want to establish yourself back in the central neutral and then try to be oppressive, or at least wait to corner your opponent. So, gets grabbed again here. Re-grabbed. Now, at 67%, like 60% like that, an up air wouldn't have killed you. Back air would have, most likely, but you could have jumped out of that, or I think air dodged that. But instead, he just kind of lands back to here, which is kind of the misunderstanding of the scramble. It gets re-grabbed, and when he gets re-grabbed, he can die. And Kazuma realizes that he was going to kill you with up air there, so that's why he looked for your second option. Now, because it's not big, he wants to contain advantage state. And so it's not really big advantage for you, for him, to just go for the percent right there. Like, he could hit you off stage, that would be nice. I think you might be able to get a forward air there. But instead, he realized that it's because you just kind of landed back to the center of the stage twice already, that he's just going to go for the re-grab. Just basing that on his gut feeling. Alright, so it's a really fast first stock. So right here, just establishing neutral, you can tell is a little bit difficult for DT Raw. But he does find the connection here. He does look for the cross-up downer there, like I said, which is great. Unfortunately, Bowser's a big boy. Jumping over him, I like what DT Raw is doing here. A little bit of shine stall, trying to establish himself neutral by kind of mixing up the tempo. So all the stuff right here DT Raw is doing is not bad. Kazuma's trying to pick up on it, but he's not really picking up on too much, so he's just kind of throwing out attacks, kind of feeling it out. Low spot here. Get up attack, not the best option. Another quick recovery. Dropping shield, I believe it might have poked. Alright, rolling back. Oof. And now committing a little bit too much to attacks, but working out for him in that situation, just because Kazuma wanted to challenge it, knowing... And the reason why I would say Kazuma challenged it there, so I'm not actually going to congratulate you, I'm sorry, DT, but the reason why he did down B there is because he knew you were being extra aggressive, and he wanted to punish you on that. Unfortunately, the frames did not work out in his advantage, but that's why he did that there. He actually did adapt to you, it just didn't work out for him. Challenging your landing there, knowing you're going to land or land with an aerial like last time. You're using a lot of full hops here. Let's see if he picks up on this. He could wall you out with forward air. So right there with his approach, he could have approached with forward air. That would have auto-canceled. And so even if you went underneath him, he would have been fine. He could have double jumped, try to get to the ledge, or do something else. Unfortunately, he didn't go for it there, but that's a way he could have picked up on you, because he's realizing you're not approaching a lot in neutral, but you are using a lot of full hops in order to try to establish yourself and win advantage, which you did do here. But you end up getting grabbed for it and dying. Because again, landing there is not a good option at that low percent. It doesn't have enough knockback, and so he's just going to stay in place, and you're going to be at disadvantage state because you didn't auto-cancel it, because you fast fell it. And so because of that, he's just going to grab you. So it's just a few poor decisions on your part that came with your just lack of knowledge of the game, so it's totally understandable. It's not a criticism, it's just what I noticed so far. Switch to Lucina here. He's going to wall you out probably more with Lucina. Yep. So that's why he jumps right in front of you right here. So let me look at this. I would have the forward air would have been a better option for Kazuma. But listen, Kazuma does what Kazuma does, and it's also Phantom Hit. So if you see this in Smash 4, there are Phantom Hits, but they don't actually give you any percent. So in this situation, his hitbox is touching your feet. Hurtbox, it's overlaid on it, but it's by 1 pixel. And so because of that, you get that right there, that color, but it doesn't mean anything. It just means you were barely off. Also, you see this right here underneath your feet, that bubble that indicates that you are double jumping. So he wasn't super wrong here to go for the nair, because he did call you out. But the forward air would have been better, because it doesn't leave him open, because see, there's that second swing right here that he has to land with, and now he's landing lag. Look at all that landing lag. If he had forward air, he wouldn't have had the landing glide at all. He does shield here, so technically you can't punish him with that anyways. You would have had to down air them. But again, that's just unsafe in the air. And it looks like he power shields it here. I think. I'm not sure, but he does try to punish you here. But you do know here that you have frame advantage, which is smart. And I like that coming up from DT Raw. Was a neutral state. 14%. Chases down a little too fast, though. That's not confirmed. Okay. Full hops just waiting on you there. You're going to shield grab him. I like it. Not going to get the back here, but this is actually interesting. So here you have advantage state, right? So we were talking about having advantage state and what you do with it. So you shield, you get the back air there. He jumps away, but instead of oppressing him, you're cornering yourself, and so he air dodges here, which you can punish with a turnaround up tilt. But instead you're just holding shield. Instead you could have actually ran toward the middle of the stage. But being cornered here by taking that attack, thinking about trying to punish him instead of actually you could have just kept on holding shield, but instead you get hit here and now you're off stage because you cornered yourself. Instant side B, not the best decision. Unfortunately, Kazuma's nair just doesn't come out fast enough here. It looks like he tries to land it, but he does have this jab, which comes out pretty quick. It's just like your jab, and he just hits you with that mad percent. Again, instant side B. Luckily, you have good advantage with side B has low frame lag, and you can trade here. So just kind of it is a scramble situation right here, and I do like that back air what you did there. But see if he punishes this. Yep. So establishing neutral. I do okay. Delaying your recovery there. Look at that. So you are picking up on it. Rolls in. Simple punish. Nothing wrong there from you. Not that I would say. He's trying to call out your instant side Bs again. You roll in a second time. That's the second time you've done that. I don't think he's picked up on it, but you did roll back in, and he did punish that. And unfortunately, side B just has a lot of percent that it knocks in. Bad situation here. Calls it out. Up smash. That's all.
I tried to click on player to name and I accidentally closed it out.
Simple percent. Just picking up on you committing to the nair. I mean, sorry, the jab attack. Again, remember, you are Fox. You have a lot of moves in your arsenal. Don't get caught up with just a few moves. I do like your chase down there. It's nice. Trying to punish in there. Not really worth it. Yet just rolling away there. You're realizing it's not really worth it. I like that. Footstool and then also finding the thing afterwards. And I do like that double jump to bait him out. And with the back air. And with up tilt. Great movement. That nice movement there. Rolling out, realizing he had the shield. Keeps advantage state. That's what you're doing right. You could have went for the back air there. I think you did. Just mistimed. See? Playing excellently right there. He's just walling you out, spacing you out, using his attack. You did go for the side B there pretty quick, but you did go underneath the platform, so good choice. Good decision. There we go. Really, really understanding the neutral right there. It was a smart up smash. I tried to push up smashes like that into Temptation's brain for a while, because if you really understand how the neutral is going, the pace of the game, then you can go for a read like that, because more than not, you're going to get it. So it's a good up smash there. Good weight there. So you are figuring it out. Again, though, those nairs on approach are not safe, and he's going to punish you there. You realize you did it the first time. You did it a few times. He's going to try to punish you there. Nice side B up high, but if you were lower, he is reading that. He's going to find you there. If you did try to side B here, let's see if you tried to side B here. But regardless, if you try to side B high again, which you did 3 times in this game or 4, so you jump here. This is before you side B, so I can't say that you were going to or not. But if you side B there, he would have killed you anyways. I think he was just kind of reading that jump after the ledge trump. Let's go move on a bit.